by the power of Grayskull.
When there is a movie released based off my childhood cartoons, I naturally become excited by default. The idea of seeing characters I loved when I was young excites me in that member berries kind of way. But I also become apprehensive because more often than not, the source material is not well respected, and it ends up becoming just mindless fan service that doesn't know how to bring the property into modern time. How does Masters of the Universe fare? Let's talk about it. The story begins with narration from Adam explaining what Eternia is, what his role in the hierarchy is, and does a good job of pulling us into the world. After this introduction, we meet a young Adam, about to head off to train his combat skills, even though he doesn't want to. His mentor is Man at Arms. Adam is made fun of by seemingly everyone in his training class, except by his friend Tila. During this time, Adam is tested by his father, the King of Eternia, who does the traditional tough love with his son thing. Immediately after this, Eternia is invaded by the evil Skeletor. During all the chaos, Adam is sent through a portal to Earth with a sword of power, the one thing that can stop Skeletor. We fast forward 15 years, and now Adam is a coordinator at a human resource company. After some time on Earth, he returns to Eternia to save his world from the evil that destroyed his life. I have a weird, ironic love for the 1987 film starring Dolph Lundgren. I know it's a terrible movie, but the campiness of Skeletor made it enjoyable to my childhood brain, and even as an adult, I still chuckle at how silly it is. This 2026 version embraces the camp value of the 1980s show, pokes fun at the modern world from time to time, but is also an uneven film that left me aggravated at times until I realized I needed to turn my brain off and just enjoy how stupid it all is. I'm going to give this film a ton of compliments, but before I do, I need to get my biggest issue out of the way right now, and it's coming from a fan. Evil-Lyn is done so incredibly dirty in this film. She's played by Alison Brie, and the performance is really nice. I liked Brie a lot last year in Together, so I know she's a good actor. But the script fails her in the character by not allowing Evil-Lyn to be what she has always been, a duplicitous, scheming, and methodical bitch. One thing that made her so compelling was watching her be Skeletor's lapdog and helped aid in fighting the heroes, but she was always plotting behind her master's back. Even when she was standing by Skeletor's side, you could see the figurative dagger in her hand ready to stab him in the back. And with the exception of one eye roll she gives Skeletor near the end, we don't get any of that. She just basically does her master's bidding, does some of the cool sorceress things she's known for, but then is forgotten about for almost the entire last act. When the film is 2 hours and 20 minutes long, there is plenty of time to explore her duplicitous nature, but they decide not to. It really frustrated me because she has always been my favorite character in this universe. Okay, with that out of the way, let me compliment this film. The person who steals it is Jared Leto, and I know I'm not the only one who is saying that. Skeletor has always been a ridiculous villain, and we've been listening to Skeletor facts for a long time now. And I feel that the only person who can nail a character that is equally sinister and over the top is someone who leans into their own camp. And after the last 10 years of weird performances, to say the least, I think Leto has found a character that fits him perfectly. While the comedy didn't land for me, there is a sequence near the end where Skeletor is wearing different costumes while probing someone's mind, and I couldn't help but laugh at how stupid in a great way it was. When he has his first meltdown in the film, I just smiled from ear to ear. That is the Skeletor we all know and love. The actor who plays Adam slash He-Man is really good in this film too. He's a dork most of the time and plays the dual role of dork Adam and fish out of water He-Man effectively, needing to realize his full potential. Tila is good in this film too, though there is a friend zoned segment midway through that made me roll my eyes a little, but I liked Tila overall. Idris Elba plays Man at Arms, and we could not have asked for a better portrayal of that character. There is an arc with him that goes on for a bit too long where he is a drunk, but the bonding he has with Adam, while basic and formulaic, is well done. The thing with this story is it is exactly what I just said. Basic and formulaic. It isn't going to capture your imagination, but it is done with such light energy and fun tone that the formula worked for something that isn't exactly high art in the first place. I think this movie is trying to lure dads who grew up with this and to bring their children along as well. Now, there are a ton of other things that irked me besides Evil-Lyn, but none of them are deal breaking. Most people are complaining about the runtime, and I agree. It is about 30 minutes too long. And I've also heard complaints about the CGI being very up and down, and I also agree with that. But I look at the CGI as campy, just like the 80s cartoon was, so I was able to just escape into it despite it being campy. The things that got me in a bad way were things like Adam getting arrested while he is on Earth, and he and the cops are on the highway when traffic is suddenly stopped. The cops get out of the car to investigate, and they see a giant beast attacking other cars in front of them. The beast turns its attention to Adam, who was its initial target. Then Tila shows up and an action sequence ensues. Why did the cops suddenly just disappear like that? If they were escorting a suspect to a police station, would they not attempt to stop someone or something from taking him away? It's a small nitpick, but it is really dumb to just have the cops literally walk out of the story to just set up this action sequence. It was really stupid. I will also say that the stuff on Earth didn't really work for me. The comedy felt forced and was written to be read instead of it organically coming from the script. Adam has a roommate that we meet, and then he just shows up again later in the film, and I was wondering why, besides paying off a joke that they set up like 2 hours earlier. I know they were attempting this Earth stuff to make it a classic fish out of water story for the audience to grab onto, but I felt it was an unnecessary addition, so the film became directionless for about 30 minutes or so, and it really slowed down for a time. But the things I really like about this film are the action sequences in the second half, a few fun fight scenes, and the over-the-topness of Skeletor. So I am going to recommend this movie. You need to turn your brain off to enjoy it and realize that it slows down at about the 20-minute mark until about the 45-minute mark, but then picks back up. It has so much fan service and characters I was so happy to see. So where does it fall on the nostalgia train for me? It lands on the positive side. It's messy, probably like this review is, but I can't deny I had fun with it. Check it out. I give Masters of the Universe 3 stars. It's a dumb adventure movie that doesn't take itself seriously, but it has a power within yourself message and lightheartedness that kept me smiling. And the crazy Skeletor performance is worth the price of admission alone. I just want to strangle the filmmakers for doing my favorite characters so dirty. Oh, there is a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene, so make sure you guys stick around to watch that. If these people are going to try again with a sequel to this film, please do justice to Evil-Lyn next time, or I swear to God. And that is my review. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please like and subscribe. Here's links to my other videos. Follow me on social media if you like. And until next time, I am Ghost.